Hey, what's going on guys? This is Kedar here, and today we have all the details on Child Tax Credit 2022. Is your state sending $750 child tax credit and which families are eligible for it? Also, we will discuss some of the states which are planning to send additional child tax credit money to the families. We will check out how much could you qualify for, how much child tax credit you will receive if you live in one of these states. We are going to cover over 16 states which are sending child tax credits. So guys, before we start this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't it already for latest stimulus and tax credit related updates. Turn on that bell notification so you won't miss any of our latest videos, and hit that like. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Several states are now planning to send families more money in the form of child tax credit so that they can bear their financial situation during this hard period. Now, one thing you should note though, at this time there is no plan to reinstate the child tax credit payments on the federal level, but new Republican Senate proposal that would send up to $350 per child includes a work requirement, and that's why for now it's up to the states to decide whether they will provide the money to the families in need. And so far 14 states already planned or offer deductions for households with children. Let's check out what your state is offering in form of child tax credit as a relief, as well as we will cover the eligibility requirements for your particular state. So guys, in Georgia, in response to the decision to ban abortion access in the state, Georgia will now let taxpayers claim their unborn fetuses as dependents on their tax returns, and taxpayers can get up to $3,000 for 2022 tax year. And if they have got an unborn child with a detachable heartbeat between 20 July and December 31st, they are eligible for this one. And speaking of Ronde Island, well, families could receive child tax credit rebates up to $250 per child, and this is for childs under age 18, and you can claim up to 3 kids maximum, and this eligibility caps out at $100,000 income for single filers for individual household, or $200,000 for joint filers, and these checks will be automatically issued to those people who are eligible in the beginning of this October. California, if your family earns less than $25,000, then you are eligible to receive $1,000 either as a reduced state tax bill or a direct refund, and those earning between $25,000 and $30,000 would receive a reduced credit. But this credit is only available for children under age 6, and the family must qualify for the California's earned tax income credit. You can head over to the CALEITC4me.org and you can get all the information related to it. Speaking of Colorado, from January 2023, families with income $75,000 or less, and for a married taxpayers filing jointly, it could be $85,000. Well, they could receive up to 5% to 30% of the federal credit for each qualifying child. The credit is only available for children under age 6. More information onto child tax credit, tax.colorado.gov. Speaking of Connecticut, families can now apply a one-time tax rebate to receive up to $250 for each child under age 18. This rebate limits at $750 for 3 kids, and we also got details regarding who qualifies for this one. Couples filing jointly and made $2,000 or less in 2021. Also, single filers who earn $100K or less, and heads of household who earn $160K or less is qualifying for this one. For all the details, you can head over to portal.city.gov, and here you got all the latest information regarding 2022 child tax rebate. They also got PDF details regarding the eligibility, the amount, also the income limits associated with the child tax credit. You can see, speaking of Florida, nearly 59,000 families will receive a $450 per child, but it's unclear at this time who is eligible for it. It looks like foster families can receive this relief money, and this is happening under the Hope Florida initiative. It's a pathway to the prosperity carried out by First Lady Casey DeSantis. Speaking of Idaho, families could be eligible to get $205 for each qualifying child in Idaho's non-refundable child tax credit. Head over to the tax.idaho.gov maine.gov to find out all the details regarding it. Speaking of Maine, well, families are eligible to claim up to $300 for each qualifying child and dependent, and well, under the dependent exemption tax, a qualifying children and dependents are the same as those who were claimed under the federal child tax credit. Head over to legislature.maine.gov to find out more information regarding this dependent exemption tax credit. Speaking of Maryland, families who make $6,000 or less could get $500 refundable tax credit for each qualifying child under a bill pending approval by Governor Larry Hogan. Heading over to mgleg.maryland.gov, you can see the status. Right now it's passed to both chambers and now there is a pending governor approval. Speaking of Massachusetts, well, families are eligible to receive $180 for a one dependent or $360 for a multiple dependents, and to qualify, your dependents must be under 12 years old. Head over to the legislature.gov to find out all the details regarding this one. In the New Jersey Child Tax Credit program gives families with the income of $30,000 or less, they can claim a refundable $500 tax credit for each child under 6 years old. Households earning up to $80,000 could qualify for $300. Speaking of New Mexico, families are eligible for $25 to $175 per qualifying child, and that is depending upon the income beginning in the 2023 tax year and continuing through the 2031 tax year. Head over to tax.newmexico.gov for all the detailed information. Well, in New York, families can either claim 33% of their federal child tax credit and additional federal child tax credit for qualifying children, or $100 for each qualifying child. For more information, head over to ncsl.org for all the detailed information. They got eligibility, they got all the details regarding it. While North Carolina taxpayer can receive a deduction up to $2,500 for each qualifying child depending on the income and filing status. You can check the information on to ncdor.gov for North Carolina child deduction, and they got all the details regarding the deduction amount, the required adjusted gross income, also the filer status. So do check it out. Speaking of Oklahoma, households with income less than 100K are eligible to get 5% of the federal child tax credit, and they got this PDF to cover all the details of this Oklahoma child tax credit. And speaking of Vermont, households with income less than 125K dollars are eligible for $1,000 per child for age 5 and younger children. But new Republican Senate proposal that would send up to $350 per child includes a work requirement, and that's why for now it's up to the states to decide whether they will provide the money to the families in need. And so far 14 states already planned or offer deductions for households with children. Surely several states are sending additional child tax credit to relieve their residents from the scorching high inflation. Great relief for the parents as they got the most needed financial help, and who knows, you could be eligible for it. And with that being said, I hope you found this video helpful, so make sure to hit that like. For more of such finance updates regarding stimulus updates and all that, do check out our channels. Make sure to subscribe our channel, and this is Kedar from How To Guys signing out.